This small embodiment of things, experiences is going to be 30, and it's wild. Doo-doom. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Claire Idera. I know you've said it some ages, but if you have been missing me, it only means one thing. I have been missing you too. But yeah, obviously based on the title, 30 things before 30, it means that somebody is about to be 30 years old, and that is me, right? This small embodiment of things, experiences is going to be 30, and it's wild. It's really wild. I'm not one to overthink my age. I think yesterday night I went on a dinner with my friends, Tom and Lumi, and somehow I mentioned I'm about to be 30, and they were like, what? They always thought I was 30 something. They always thought I was like 34, 35, and I just had a small body. No, I'm not. I'm just an old woman in a small age. Like they say, age is just a number, but I'm just not going to bicker too much. The point of this video is to just highlight a few things that I'm going to be doing before I'm 30. So I will be 30 in 3 months. I think that's what the title is going to be. 30 in 3 months, and everything that I'm going to be doing the next 3 months, that's what I'm going to be sharing. A couple of the things that I'm going to say, I've already started them, so I'm going to clap for myself when I get there. I planned to do this video a couple of days ago, in fact weeks ago, when it was about 6 months to 30, but somehow it just didn't happen. Okay, so let me just say a little bit about this age thing. I remember that when I just got married, one of the things that people Googled a lot was Claire Idera's age. People were really trying to understand how this tiny girl was getting married. I think there's always been some interest about how old I am, maybe also because of the kind of things that I say or the experiences that I share. So people just are puzzled as to how I am able to know all these things or be all these things in what age. So they also ask, I think, to also compare their lives. But please, obviously, if you watch a couple of my other videos, you know not to do that. Everybody's path is different and our lives are different. So there is zero use. There is no use at all comparing yourself with me. And so a couple of the things I will share are not like my life goals or things that are like, you know, have 10 properties before 30. I beg. I'm not on that wavelength. Not now, not really ever. If it's God's plan for me, yes. But if it's just some accumulation of wealth for this earth that is not my own. This earth is not my own. I'm just a person. I'm not meant to be here to be accumulating properties. I saw a video on Instagram where someone was like, think about it. Your great grandpa, a couple of years when he was alive, was probably getting all these houses, buying all these cars, doing all these things. Now he has died. Nobody really cares. The house and everything he worked for, other people are living in it. They're not thinking about him. You know, so the kind of things and legacies that I want to leave are not necessarily materialistic things. They're more like impact and life experiences. Like if you think of Nelson Mandela, you're not thinking about the amount of houses he had. You're thinking about what he did. So I want to fuel my life in this like next few months, like fuel my mind, my body, my spirit to enable me be in the right frame of mind as I'm approaching this age of 30. And when I was thinking about the age of 30 as well, it's obviously the age that Jesus began his ministry, and it's a big age. Let's not even lie. Before like 6 months ago, I wouldn't ever process it, but I remember in June, I just woke up one morning and I was like, oh my God, 6 months to 30. I sent a message to my sister, I sent a message to Tom. I was like, oh my God, I don't know why, but I'm freaking out. And you know, the past 3 months, it just felt like the devil was really trying to attack my mind and get me so unstable for this journey. And for the most part, I didn't click. I was just going through the waves and the emotions and the chaos and just realizing that, oh my God, I'm so stressed, I'm so tired. You know, didn't realize that I was being set up to be, what's the word? Decapacitated, to be attacked in my capacity. I was being set up, but right now, thank God, to the glory of God, hallelujah, I'm here. Okay, let me get straight to the point. I'm talking too much. So I just wrote a couple of things very briefly. Like I said, you know, you can take inspiration. The reason why I'm doing this video is because some people have also done similar videos like this and they've called it 30 before 30, but I'm going to call mine 3 months to 30. Also 30 things before 30. I don't know. So here are the things that I want to do before January. So my birthday is on the 28th of January. On this day, I also intend to announce something very special, which I think some of you already know. I'm not pregnant. Please remove that one from your mind. I'm not announcing pregnancy. Anyway, again, the reason why I'm doing this video is also for closure. I really felt like I wanted to put closure to my 20s. I have, in hindsight, really looked back at my life and I'm so grateful. I really have nothing to be ungrateful for. My life has been so meaningful and so purposeful, and I have achieved a lot. And there are times where I feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. That's just a lie, because when I read my own biography, I'm like, you try. All glory to God. I brag with the spirit. But yeah, so what I did was I wrote these things because I want to do them and stop thinking about doing them. And then I put them in different categories. So physical, emotional, mental, health, financial, etc. So I'll just say them as I have them here. So physical or physically or physio-social, there's not physically. I want to work out. So clearly, if you know, clearly I started. Now the question is, am I still going to the gym? No, let me confess. I will not lie. I stopped going to the gym about 2 months ago. Don't ask me why. I just stopped. I paid. I still pay. They still overcharged me 2 days ago. I'm fighting iFitness now. They charged me twice in 1 month, but I have not been there in 2 weeks. Anyway, I want to work out. So I've just decided that I'm going to find another way to go about it, because the goal is either to get my waist to be a size 25, and that's because that's a size 6. Every other part of my body is a size 6 minus my waist. So we either go to size 6 or we climb up in the other parts of my body to size 8. One or the other, something is going to give. Yeah. I also want to I want to change the color of my wig. So I've always worn black hair, and I feel like it's just really been my comfort zone. I don't like blonde or red or green hair. It's not, it doesn't give classy, it doesn't give the aesthetic that I like. So I just want to make it like a little bit of auburn, or just put some highlights into one of my very expensive wigs and wear that as a new person, a new character, a 30-year-old, I want to give maturity. Another thing that I want to do that is also physical, I don't know why I'm calling it physical, but like it's just body-ish, is a high maintenance treatment. So maybe something like a chemical peel. I have never done a facial, and so maybe I would also do a facial, but a chemical peel facial. Something that I've never done that I did about a week ago is a Brazilian wax. Will I do it again? I don't know. I'll think about it. But guys, the only thing I did not do in that place that I went to wax was cry. I screamed. I was holding stress ball. I was listening to Oh Go, Go, just so that if anything, I can quickly reach the heavenly places. Because the pain, it was painful. And then finally, I want to really try my possible best to use SPF every day that I go out, right? If I'm going to be in the sun, I want to make sure that I'm wearing sunscreen, because I'm not getting any younger and I want to make sure that I am looking youthful. So the next category is mental. I want to reduce my screen time. I think my screen time is currently around like 5 hours per day, which is ridiculous. It is really bad. And they're all like minor, like 10 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 1 hour here. Then when it's night time, I'm there. In fact, last night, I realized that my hands are hurting again. That just means I've been scrolling. It's been busy unnecessarily. And it could be that, I'm online to just fill a void. For my mental, I want to reduce to at most 3 hours screen time. And I would use my iPhone to track that. I also want to be more intentional about planning my week ahead. Something I also want to do for my mental, what's the word now? I want to also travel solo. I've booked a flight already. I travel solo normally, but since I've had my daughter, I haven't traveled. So I want to do a solo travel, and a solo travel, not necessarily that I'm going to go and be spending time with family. I just really want to be by myself, go on walks by myself in a different country, just be by myself, And then finally, mentally, I wanted to start therapy. So that I already did. I signed up to BetterHelp. help a couple of months ago, and I did therapy. I had a therapist. It was interesting. I realized that it's important for everybody to actually do therapy. I didn't do my therapy sessions more than a month because I think that will be for another video. If you want to hear more about that, please give this video a thumbs up and share it. The amount of thumbs up, maybe if it's more than 3,000, that will tell me that I should talk more about like the things that put me in therapy and how my therapy sessions went. But yeah, the next category is health. I have a really bad habit with drinking water. So the next 3 months, I want to be more intentional. So at least drink a liter a day, just 1 liter. I think right now I'm still doing I'm doing about 500 ml, which is not bad at all. I will literally go a whole day with just drinking a glass of water sometimes, or not even any water at all, which is really bad. I also want to do a full medical checkup. My body has been telling me things the entire year, and before the year is over, I want to really just go do a checkup, see a gynae, see an optic person, check my ear, check my teeth, check my belly, just check every single part of myself in a hospital. The next category is emotional. I'm not sure if I really categorize these things properly, but it is what it is. I want to go 24 hours without a phone. Part of this reasoning is dying to the flesh. I think I've gone to a point where I pick up my phone purposefully. I just pick up the phone and I start scrolling. I don't want that anymore. I want to be able to have more self-control and put myself through that test and see if I can actually really go 24 hours without my phone. And this I would most likely do while I'm on my trip, because I won't have my baby there. That would be crazy. Emotionally too, I want to go on a roller coaster. Not an emotional roller coaster. I just want to go on a roller coaster and be screaming. I just want to be screaming with random strangers. Do you understand? I want to let it all out. Whatever is remaining, any tension, frustration from just living in Lagos for 3 years straight. I just want to go on a roller coaster, on something that people, just release adrenaline. There's no bungee jumping I'm going to be jumping. Just roller coaster. At least I will seat belt myself. Then I want to read a book on emotional maturity. This year, I've read the most number of books that I've ever read in my life, and that's because of Bible school. But I want to read a book on emotional maturity. And finally, I want to do some renovations to my house, because emotionally it just makes the house feel more like a home. I want to add more color. It's usually just white, gray, blacks. Right now, I've changed the color of the seats, and I took Aka's preference, my husband's preference. I asked him what color he would want, because since we got married, I chose in fact, I do the decor, he pays the rent. That's sort of how we split it. But yeah, he picked this color and it's really not my comfort zone, but I like how it's different. It's just making the house look interesting. So next category is spiritual. In spiritual, I want to get more understanding of the body, the soul, and the spirit. It's very important. It's like the first step to really maturing spiritually, understanding where these 3 things play and how they interact, and what feeds each one and which one is superior. So I want to just grow more understanding on how to, more importantly, heal the flesh. That's die to my body and die to the body needs. Not that I will not eat or drink water, just to the fleshly lusts, and heighten my spirit man, because my spirit man, from my understanding, is who I am. I'm spirit before I am body. I also want to learn how to nourish my soul. I want to pray in tongues more often. Currently, I'm doing about 15-30 minutes straight, and then I'll do it in random bits during my day. But I want to be able to do about 30 minutes plus on a stretch consistently every day till I'm 30. I also want to improve on confessions, because I catch myself really embracing more negative thoughts. So I want to make sure that I'm confessing the word of God. And then career-wise, I haven't really painted this year. And so before I'm 30, I want to paint an abstract collection. I want to just put out a complete collection of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, about 8 pieces of paintings that are inspired by certain scriptures in the Bible. I want to do that and put it up for sale. I also want to start my fashion brand. That I have already started doing. So I've been working on that for the past 3 months. It's been very, very very interesting. With that, I also wanted to learn how to sew and cut, and I've been winging it. No fashion school taught me how to sew or cut. I just use initiative, and I've been able to start working with my mom, asking her questions. I also wanted to start a YouTube channel. Clearly, you can see that I have done that. You're watching me now on YouTube. I clap for myself on that. And then finally, with career, I want to take my content creation, influencing work more seriously. And this, I want to actually do a photo shoot or something of that sort. Because I've never really done a photo shoot for work or for myself. I don't know. I just want to do something like that. Then financial, I want to buy more stocks, and I also want to earn more in dollar and pounds. Naira is interesting, but most of the things that I will be, my streams of income from now till I'm 30, my streams of income, I want to make sure that they're mostly pounds or dollars. I also want to hire an accountant or a financial manager for my family because God has been good. And so we want to make sure that we're proper stewards of our finances. I also want to splurge on something. I don't know what it is yet. I'll think on it, I guess. But I want to buy something expensive for myself. Okay, the next category is experience stroke life. And there I put change my name. So my name on my passport is still my Eniola Iderawumi Tani Tolua. Claire is not on my passport, and that's the name that my grandma gave me. It's a name that I've always just been using since secondary school. So I want to change it. Not that I'm changing my name now to Claire. No, I just want to now take my husband's name. We're going to be 5 years married, and I still am bearing my name. So I want to now put his name. So that's going to be Nani Eniola in my passport. I haven't told him. He doesn't ask me about it. He's not crazy about it, but I want to do it and maybe just surprise him and show him my passport. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what his reaction will be. Life, I also want to travel to 5 states in Nigeria. I've only been to Oyo, Abeokuta, Ogun. I've been to Abuja and Lagos, been to Kaduna, but I want to go to more states in Nigeria. I also want to improve my Igbo language, at least be able to have small conversation with my mother-in-law. Once I'll just say something in Igbo and she'll just be shook. I want her to really feel like I'm not just invested in her son, but also in her through bettering our communication. I also want to go to the Big Ben. I don't know why I wrote that, but maybe I don't care much about that, but I want to do something interesting while I'm in London. And then finally, social. So this part has always been the bane of my existence in the entire almost 30 years that I've existed. I'm very introverted. I don't have that many friends. I don't keep many friends. I like small knitted groups. But with the kind of life or the kind of purpose that God has given me, I will need to expand my capacity beyond what I'm comfortable with. And so I wrote here, something that I want to do is to host a party with my secondary school friends. So I was that person that every time I left the school, from primary, secondary, university, even university abroad, once I graduated, I just left everyone there. Like I just kind of moved away. And it was not an intentional thing. It was just comfort. Like I just block phases. Okay, this phase is over and move on to the next phase. And so I haven't really carried on my friendships, the connections that I made. So I have done really poorly at carrying on those relationships. So I would reach out. It's going to be awkward, but I'm going to reach out to the secondary school friends that are still in Nigeria. Maybe when I go to the UK, I'll reach out to some that are there and see how we could link up. Maybe like do a dinner when I'm back in Lagos. I also want to nurture my existing relationships. So from mentors to cousins to friends to church members to mentees, I want to nurture them. And nurturing will mean like sending texts more often, calling people more often. And finally, on my 30, I don't even know if I've done 30. I think I've done slightly more than 30, but finally on my 30 before 30 is I want to have a birthday calendar. So I'm going to accumulate every birthday of everyone that means something to me, from my staff to my friends and family, have their birthdays on the calendar so that I'm able to show them love and plan ahead more purposefully for them, whether it's giving cash gifts or card or hug or a letter or a note of appreciation, whatever it is. But I want the people in my life to really feel like I'm part of their life too. So that's my 30 before 30 in 3 months. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to make this a series as well. I'm going to do some more videos on my 30 journey. So if you enjoyed this video, please tell me what you think I could add on in the comment section. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.